Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. Star Trek Discovery is finally here, and it is the brand new Star Trek show that certainly fans of Star Trek have been eagerly anticipating. Now, I am a fan of Star Trek. I think if you're a fan of science fiction, it's just a given. You have to be a fan of Star Trek. And it's a show I grew up on, the original series, obviously, and then The Next Generation I thought was excellent. And then, to a certain degree, I quite like DS9. And after that, the shows lost me, and I lost interest in the shows. I felt they were just getting more and more diluted. That's not to say that Voyager and Enterprise don't have their fans, because of course they do. So when this new TV show was announced, I wouldn't exactly say excited about it, because I didn't necessarily feel we needed a new Star Trek TV series right now, because I feel the movies that we're getting at the cinema right now are really, really high quality Star Trek movies, and I'm happy with just them at the minute. But it is here, Star Trek Discovery, and I was looking forward to seeing it, and I've seen the first two episodes now. And initially, the first two episodes essentially is the pilot episode, because they immediately tie together. The end of episode 1 leaves you in a cliffhanger leading directly into episode 2. So it's not worth reviewing the first episode as a pilot, because they are both one episode really. And I have to say, I've been deeply impressed with what I've seen in the first two episodes. Not what I expected at all. I thought we were going to get I don't think tame's the right word, but I thought we were going to get a fairly laid back, hence the title Discovery, like where they're going out and discovering things, and similar to Enterprise in a lot of ways maybe. And even though I did see one trailer leading up to it, I didn't really watch them all. But what we actually get is not that at all. What you actually get with these first two episodes, I think personally, if you combine the two episodes together and released it as a standalone movie, I thought it would have done excellently at the box office. I can't really fault an awful lot about these first two episodes. The effects blew me away, stunning. The cast, all excellent in their parts. The story was wonderful. I love the fact that they've rebooted the Klingons really. So strong, very, very strong opening to a show this. So what do we get in these first two episodes? Well, initially what we get is we meet the crew of this new ship. They investigate essentially what is an anomaly in space, and they're not sure what it is. They can't get too close to it because of where it is. So the first officer, Michael, which is a female, shoots off in like a spacesuit to investigate it, and when she gets close and actually lands on it, it actually turns out to be like this Klingon-like artifact. And a Klingon appears and tries to kill her, and she defends herself and kills this Klingon. Manages to get back to the ship. It all kicks off. Klingons turn up. The Federation turns up. This is huge standoff, and both races are now at the brink of war. That's all I really want to say about it. There's loads more I can say, but I don't want to. But that's the general flavour of these first two episodes. The first episode is essentially that story, and then the second episode is the follow-on from it. So, very, very, very strong pilot episodes these are. I really, really loved the new Klingons. I didn't think I would. From the trailers, I wasn't that impressed, but I thought they were brilliant. Very interestingly as well, they brought in like a race thing, a racism thing into like the Klingon world. There's like the normal race, the normal Klingons with like the dark skin and what have you. There are other Klingons with paler skin who they are looked down upon, and we learn that when watching the show, and I thought that was very interesting and very clever how they mixed in a bit of racism into the show in that sense. The action was wonderful when we got it. Like I said, the effects, mind-blowing effects, the best effects I think I've seen on a TV show that I can remember, truly worthy of a cinema. And by the end of the second episode, I was completely on board with this show, and I'm like, yes, I'm in. I want to see where this is going to go now. We don't see Jason Isaacs yet. I think we will see him in the third episode onwards. The first episode really was just focused on the crew of this other ship. So, more please.